YouTube, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Olivia and I am an online health and fitness coach, a posing coach, and of course a bikini competitor. And welcome back to my channel and another episode of the Level Up Off-Season series. This week, we are leveling things up a little bit. No full days of eating, no training, but today I'm gonna take you to my kitchen and we're gonna make some high protein goodies. I'm gonna take my own spin on a protein pavlova. If you don't know what a pavlova is, it's a meringue with fresh cream and fruit and things like that. So I'm gonna take my own spin on that and I'm gonna make some protein porridge scones with my own twist as well. So I won't prolong this any further. I'm going to take you along to my kitchen and I hope you enjoyed the video. Please don't forget to drop it a like, hit the subscribe button so you don't miss any videos, and feel free to follow me on Instagram where I post all of this, all of what I eat and what I make. So I will see you in my kitchen. So we are in my kitchen and we are ready to do some baking. We're gonna start with the protein scones because they need to go in the oven, and after that we're gonna take care of the pavlovas. So first things first, I've laid out all my ingredients already just to make things a bit easier. We have 100 grams of oats, 100 grams of protein powder of choice. I'm going with some plain vanilla from 10X. We have 240 grams of just 0% Greek yogurt. So that is a great source of protein along with the protein powder. So they're gonna be fairly low carb, fairly low fat, and packed with protein. And trust me, they taste delicious. Then we've got 100 grams of blueberry because they're going to be blueberry scones, but I'm also going to add some other interesting bits into them. And we've got cinnamon. I always go for the sweet cinnamon from Tesco. We have 25 grams of sugar. Now, hear me out here. You can use sweetener and decrease the amount of carbs and calories in them, but I find sweeteners upset my stomach, so I'm literally just sticking to plain sugar. It's only 25 grams, and I am aiming to make 12 scones here, so it's really not a big amount. Then just 4 eggs. I'm going to put some almonds into it. Maybe some of them, not all of them I'd say. I'm gonna put some white chocolate into maybe 1 or 2 of them as well. I've got the vanilla lint. I'll show you how I go about making these. But first things first, we need to preheat the oven. Then I'm going to use this coconut oil like fry light, and I'm just gonna spray them all individually. Make sure you spray them very well, covering every inch of it, because they do tend to stick when you're taking them out because it is oats. So yeah, they just stick, trust me. I make these at work a lot, so I know. So just make sure you spray them very well. As I said, I'm making 12 scones, or I'm aiming to make 12. So how do I ensure all of the scones are trackable and are all the same macros? So I'm going to take a big bowl like this, and I'm actually going to weigh it. I'm going to weigh the empty bowl. So then once all the ingredients are inside, because this is literally what you do for this recipe, it is so simple. You chuck everything into a bowl, mix it up, and that's that. So I'm going to weigh the bowl empty. Then I'm going to weigh it again when I have all the ingredients in there, and I can just divide the number by 12 hopefully, and put that amount into each of the cases to make 12, and then I know they're all the same, they weigh the same, and they have the same macros, same calories, same everything. And then with the toppings, because I did say I want to make different ones, I'm just going to put them in after. So once they're all in there, I'm going to weigh out, let's say, 5 grams of some toasted almonds, and I'm just gonna pop it into one of them, so I know that that scone will have an additional 5 grams of the almonds or the white chocolate, for example. So I'm just going to show you how I put it all together without too much explanations, because as I said, we throw it into a bowl, we mix it, and that's that. As I said, in true bodybuilding fashion, I've got my boyfriend's oversized gasp. Remember, GASP 15 on the website will get you a cheeky discount. And I've got my Grinch slippers, and I'm ready to cook. Okay, so as I said, I'm going to weigh the bowl 830 grams. I am going to write this on my phone because I will forget. 100 grams of oats, 100 grams of protein powder, 25 grams of sugar, 4 of these bad boys, $240 grams of yogurt, a pinch of salt to bring out the sweetness. Now, if it's not sweet enough, I probably will add some sweetener. 25 grams of sugar and 100 grams of this whey, which is very sweet. Should give it the sweetness that I'm looking for, because keep in mind, they're not muffins, they're scones. We don't want them too sweet. We have 100 grams of blueberries. It doesn't look like a lot because they're big, so I might add more as well. Like, when you think about it, it's really not that much calories. And now, I'm just going to mix it up. In 0.5 seconds, this will be all mixed up. Ta-da! I did forget baking powder though, because my boyfriend asked a very important question. Will you have enough for 12? I'm like, yeah, sure, they grow, they rise. Not without baking powder. So it says teaspoon, I think, but obviously we're just gonna eyeball that. And just mix it back in. Now, I do have 2 recipes for these. One are like apple and cinnamon protein scones, which are actually these. I'm using blueberries instead. And the other one I have are blueberry and lemon with almonds, but I'm just kind of mixing the 2 recipes together. So I've got the plain protein ones here with blueberries, but I'm going to add cinnamon to them. And I will probably put almonds in at least half of them. Never enough. Now let's do a cheeky little taste test before they go in the oven. Ooh, they are definitely sweet enough. You can really taste the vanilla from the protein powder, and the cinnamon gives a nice little kick. I did kind of alter the macros. I added less oats and more protein powder to make them a bit even lower carb, let's say. Keep in mind, oats do soak up water and they do increase under, like they do puff up under heat. So I'm hoping that's gonna happen. If not, I will maybe take them at halfway and either add some baking powder or maybe add some oats inside, or we'll just scrap it all together and pretend this never happened. Got our batter ready here. As I said, a little watery, but we'll see what happens. Now remember, I told you I weighed the bowl at 830 grams empty. So we're going to weigh it again. So we've got 1.63, 1,630 grams with the bowl, minus the 830 that I weighed before, which is 800. So that's the grams of the batter in the bowl, and I'm just gonna divide that by 12 because I wanna make 12 scones, and that's about 66 grams of what's in the bowl into each of the muffin tins. So then, when I was doing this in my Fitness Pal, I will pop up the macros of everything, either at the end when the scones are made or somewhere here in between. But when I was putting it into my Fitness Pal, obviously I have the calories for the whole thing, which is 1,316 for the whole thing for all the 12 scones. If I divide this batter evenly, I can just divide all the macros by 12 as well and get you the macro of one of those little scones. A few more sprays just in case, because I don't trust them. We've got 12 scones about to go in the oven, but before we go there, we need to dress them up a little bit. Roasted almonds from Tesco, and I've just put them into a little bowl to make it easier, but my plan is to add just a few grams to each of them, so we'll just see. I've calculated the macros of the scones bare, so I don't know what the total of them will be with things in it, but I'll just do that after. I'll leave a few plain anyway. So So let's see how much this is. I'm taking the Lindt vanilla and I've just broken it up into some pieces, and I'm gonna put that into 4 of them as well. So 5 grams, which will give us what, 30 calories extra per scone. So these are the ones that I can then track into my meal plan on the daily. I can freeze them, take one out whenever I feel like it. But since it is a Sunday and we're all being quite chilled today with our food, I'm going to jazz up the last 4 and we're going to enjoy these today. We're going to go with some knockoff Biscoff. My plan is to get a spoonful of this, pop it inside, so when you cut open into it, it should ooze out, but we'll see how it goes. Voila, we've got our protein scones about to go in the oven. So we will check back on them in about 15 minutes. I'm gonna do a little reset here, make some space, and we're gonna make some high protein pavlovas or meringues. Welcome back. I have tidied up the kitchen and we are back to make some pavlovas. So for the meringue itself, I'm not gonna be waiting 2 hours for meringue to bake, and that'd probably mess the whole process up. So I went to Tesco and I picked these up. They're little meringue nests. They are 55 calories each and 12 grams of carbs, so they're very easy to fit into your macros. Even post-workout, crumble one of these on top of like a yogurt bowl or your cream rice or anything, or just have by itself. I'm just going to make one and then show you how I make the one and then make the others off camera and just show you the finished product, just to make things easier, because otherwise you'll probably click off the video. If you're still here, make sure to click that like button. I'm watching. And with this, obviously I said a pavlova is a meringue dessert with fresh cream. But we all know fresh cream is delicious, but it's not very high protein. And if you want to have cream, go ahead and do your thing. I don't judge here. But personally, I want a snack that will help me reach my protein goal. So I have picked up, I absolutely love these, white chocolate quark. It's kind of like Greek yogurt, but a bit thicker, and it's actually higher protein. Per 100 grams, you have 10 grams of protein for only 57 calories. To use, I'm thinking 50 grams, but I'll see how far 50 grams takes me. To make it even higher protein, I'm going to mix it, the Greek yogurt, I'm going to mix with white chocolate hazelnut flavor whey, so Kinder Bueno from Perform. If you haven't seen it before, use the code Olivia on my core supplements to get 10% off this bad boy. It's delicious. We're gonna top it off with some fruit. As I said, I've tracked like 50 grams into it, but we'll see how far 50 grams takes us, if we need more or if it's too much. It's purely for decoration, really. And when we're speaking of decoration, I'm gonna drizzle Biscoff on top. I've tracked in 5 grams, but again, we'll see. Might use less, might use more, who knows? If you do want to use cream, for example, you can use something like this. I found this in Iceland. It's a 30% less fat cream. And it is a little bit more watery, but taste-wise, it just tastes like regular cream. So if you do want to add a bit on top, that would be a good option if you can't afford to track regular cream into your macros because you'd rather use those macros for something else. If we're tracking our calories, there's just things we want to prioritize first, like whole foods that will actually fill us up. And sometimes just sacrificing something fattier for something lower fat to still enjoy the foods we want, whilst, let's say, maintaining calorie deficit if we're in deficit. But let's not prolong this any further. I'm going to put this together and show it to you. I'm going to put a little meringue nest on top of this board to make it a bit prettier. The bowl onto the scale to add in 50 grams of this, 10 grams of this, mix it up and pop it on top. Protein pavlovas / meringue cakes. They're so pretty. They actually are. They're so pretty. Now I will dig into these, but whilst we were making these, my scones have dinged in the oven. So let's take a look at them. Now these do take a little trick to get out. We're probably gonna have to cut around them. Now keep in mind the pan is hot. We're going to cut around them. Now what you should do is you should oil the pan and put a bit of sugar at the bottom so they don't stick. But I'm not wasting my macros on additional sugar in these. Now they're actually mini volcanoes rather than scones, but here we are. I'm gonna try and cut around all of them now. Pop them out on a plate so you can actually see what they look like. So I will see you in a few minutes with all of my scones, all my pavlovas, and we'll give them a test. Are you ready for a taste test?
Yeah, I'm ready for a taste test.
What do you think of them?
I think I'd rather the meringues.
You rather meringues? Now John has had my fresh pavlovas that I made last week for my mom's birthday.
Yeah.
So are you excited to try a protein version of it?
Mm-hmm.
What do you think? 150 calories and 14 grams of protein.
That was my pre-workout.
Or post-workout, because there's a bit of fats.
Pre and post.
Pre and post, there we go. One pre and one post. So it's a big enough little thing. Now I don't know the exact macros of them just yet because I did alter a few things and I didn't know how many I'd make and I added a little bit of toppings into each of them obviously. It should be just over 1300 / 1400 calories for the whole thing. Obviously divide that by 12. So one of these will roughly be about 100 calories, 110 calories, 120 max really. And I think there's about 10 grams of protein per muffin. So when you think about it, 2 of them would give you 200 calories and 20 grams of protein, which is the same as your protein bar. And you're eating 2 freshly baked scones. That just tastes amazing. I hope. The batter tasted amazing. So we're gonna taste them in a few minutes and see what they're all about. So I've got my pretty little protein desserts. I've got my whole fam here. And everyone is gonna dig in and give it a try.
Yo, I can't wait.
Go ahead.
I'm saving one of these. I'm gonna get a blue.
I'm gonna get a random one. This one.
Okay. This one. A moment.
The moment of truth.
Very good.
Do you like them?
So yummy.
Delicious.
10 grams of protein in one of them for like 100 calories.
Oh, you have to try.
Oh, this has got the white chocolate in it as well.
What do you think, babe? Let Ozzy try.
Oh, you do that?
Of course he does.
For the star of the show, Pavlovas.
But we just cleaned. Show me the meringue.
Oh yeah, the meringue is my favorite.
Go again.
The meringue is my favorite.
Do you like it?
Yeah. I knew it would be though.
Does the yogurt go with it? They're just after coming back from a trip from New York.
Yeah.
So they're getting treated tonight. They treated us with a load of sweets, so I thought I'd do it my own way.
Payback.
How much do we owe you for this?
Just an honest review for YouTube.
Amazing.
Do you like it?
Even better than treat that we had in New York.
Ah, did we all hear that? You heard it here first. It's better than New York food.
I mate. Put that back. Amazing. Top notch.
Okay, now my turn.
Chef?
Okay, now the chef needs to try. I'm gonna sit on the ground. Ozzy, do you mind? Got all the blueberries and some white chocolate. Mmm. They're so soft on the inside, but still really crispy on the outside. And now, for this bad boy.
Just bite it.
This is so good.
So bleak.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
Yeah.
This tastes better than the ones I made with cream.
She's so modest.
I don't know how she does this.
Mmm. I love these. Approved. Now, if any of you make these, make sure to let me know. You can tag me on Instagram and follow me as well, please. But you can tag me on Instagram with your creations. And if you enjoyed the video, please give it a like. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button so you don't miss any future videos. And if you want to see more of Olivia in the kitchen, please let me know. And if you've got any recipe ideas, drop them in the comments. And I will see you in the next video. Ciao!